Today finds that both Medicare and Social Security could run out of money 5 years earlier than expected. The projections come in the midst of an intense debate over how to rein in the nation's runaway debt, with Republicans demanding trillions in cuts if they're to support raising the debt ceiling. And those two costly entitlement programs, well, some say they should be on the table too. For more now, I'm joined by Congressman Peter Welch, Democrat from Vermont, with us live on Capitol Hill. Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has said that divided government is the best time when you can really do some big stuff. So, are we talking about reducing spending here, or is this about a fundamental attempt to adjust the welfare safety net that currently exists in this country?
Well, I mean, we have an agreement on two problems. Number one, we do have to get spending under control, and we have to get to a balanced budget. We can't continue to borrow 60 cents of every dollar, whether it's for food stamps or the war in Afghanistan. So we have to have a long-term approach. Basically, the president's approach is everything on the table. The Ryan approach is cut taxes for the wealthy. Can we come together? Well, let's try. But the second issue is this question of paying our bills. That's the debt ceiling. You ask Americans, do they want to increase the debt limit? They say no. You ask, should we pay our bills? They say, what are you, crazy? Of course we should. And the linking of these two, where we actually could risk America's reputation for paying its bills in full faith and credit, would be a catastrophe for the economy, and we would do enormous damage. So it's extremely risky to be tying these two together.
You say it's risky, but as we hear this report today that Medicare and Social Security are running out of money even faster than expected, isn't Senator McConnell right that perhaps we can't just keep these programs going on forever? We have to take a hard look at these numbers.
Well, I'm in favor of putting them on the table, and we do have to look at those reports seriously, and we know that there has to be reform, particularly
But Mr. Welch, you say you're happy to put them on the table, but are you happy to do what someone like Senator McConnell is suggesting, which is taking something of an axe to these?
No, I'm not willing to do that, and we don't have to. I mean, what he does is keep the revenues off the table. He keeps the Pentagon off the table. He keeps tax expenditures, including to the oil companies, off the table. If you want to solve the problem, all the tools that are available have to be used in order to get from here to there. This is a solvable problem. And the question here for members of Congress, are we going to approach this as a practical problem to be solved or an ideological battle to be won? We put everything on the table. We each give and take. We can get to where we need to be. What's making this more dangerous is injecting this question of whether we'll raise the debt, which is not about expanding the credit card, it's about paying off the credit card. And America cannot suffer the consequence of defaulting on its debt. And that's the high-risk strategy that some, like Senator McConnell, are pursuing. It's very dangerous to our economy.
Congressman Peter Welch, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Coming up, pinstripes to prison stripes, why one author thinks the head of Goldman Sachs should face justice, and sorry